Alright, today I wanted to talk about that one heavy weapon that I really hate, the Natascha. And just before I get a bunch of comments saying this, yes, I am a scout main, and yes, I am complaining about this specific weapon, yes, how original that all is. I do get it, it's the same in mini sentries. I got it then, I understand now, so I don't really need to see a million comments about it. Really quickly though, before we get into this video properly, this is the part of the video where I ask you guys that if you do go on to enjoy it, please leave this video a like, and if you're new and want to see more stuff from me and find yourself coming back to the channel, if you could hit the subscribe button as well, it would mean a lot, and I really want to try and hit 150k soon. Anyway, why I don't like the Natascha? Well, fairly obviously, getting hit by it results in you being slowed down, and as a scout, that isn't very good. The whole point of the scout is to be able to move quickly and use that to your advantage to basically get all of your kills. And this weapon destroys that whole feature of the scout to make it easier for the enemy team to aim at him and kill him. Which, looking at it from the enemy's perspective, that's actually a really cool thing. It's like it's a teamwork kind of weapon as much as it is just a good weapon for the heavy to use. As well as that, if a scout is slower, a soldier's rocket will be way easier to aim and also hit for absolutely huge damage. Especially if the team are communicating as well, you will know when the scout is getting slowed down and everybody on that team can then gang up on them and get them killed. But obviously from the scout's perspective, this thing sucks. But it makes sense why the weapon is in the game and why heavies like using it. My issue with it comes from the fact that it feels like you're basically getting stopped in your tracks within 1 or 2 bullets, which seems a little bit intense. If it took a little bit longer and they had to track you as you gradually slowed down, I think that would be a lot better. But every time I've played against a heavy with the Natascha, I feel as though I've been stopped within 1 bullet hitting me, which really is annoying. TF2 is like a super movement based game for a lot of the classes, and the momentum of your movement is a huge deal. And being stopped that quickly really jolts you and makes the movement feel horrible, which just isn't very nice. I do want to make something clear though. I don't hate the fact that Valve put this weapon into the game. I will complain about it, and I don't like it when heavies use it, but I understand the reasons that they have done that. It's a weapon designed purely to counter the scout, and it's doing its job. If the Natascha was put into the game to do that same job and I wasn't complaining about it because it wasn't that big of a deal and really easy to deal with, then it wouldn't be doing its job. So I'm glad that I have something to complain about in a way, because it means the weapon is actually doing what it's intended to do. I do think as well though, it wouldn't kill heavies to learn how to track enemies properly, but shooting at scouts can be really annoying. You should still probably learn it, but the Natascha is just there. I guess the main criticism of this weapon is that it kind of feels cheap. It doesn't feel like the heavy has to work too hard to completely just kill off a scout. A lot of people hate this weapon because it's so easy to use and you can slow people down so much and so quickly, and they can't run away and they can't really do anything about it. Now obviously the heavy does still have to hit the first shot, but with a minigun that's really not that hard. And then after that, every other shot gets a lot easier to hit. It does feel very, very cheap sometimes. It's not even super hard to get a good run going with this gun, but at least it doesn't stop the enemy from shooting back. Like, you can actually kill Natascha heavies, but you just have to make sure you're doing it quickly because it's almost impossible for them to miss once you're moving so slow. Like I said before, I don't think I'd be complaining as much if it didn't feel like it literally took a bullet or 2 bullets to completely stop me from moving, and then I couldn't move after that. Like, if it didn't do that, I think it would be a little bit better. Like, obviously slowing us down still would be annoying, but it would be more manageable for both people because you don't just stop straight away and the other person can then actually try and avoid the heavy instead of just being trapped. I don't know. I'm not a weapon balancing master. I have no idea what the best way to fix the Natascha would be. I'm saying fix because it feels broken to a scout main, but probably isn't. It's probably fine. I remember playing in TF Connect, and the only time our team really struggled was when the heavy changed to use the Natascha. And it just completely threw us off, and it made those games that the heavies were using that really difficult. Not 100% sure how it did it, but every time the heavy swapped, we started struggling. I mean, luckily I was getting carried through that whole tournament, but it was still a little bit annoying to deal with. Even getting the gameplay for this video, it felt a little bit dirty while using it, like the same kind of dirty I feel when I use the flog sometimes. I feel like a lot of heavies know that this is annoying for scouts, and that's probably why they end up using it, just to annoy the scouts, because that's always funny. I mean, fair enough, I can't really fault you for that. But anyway, that is probably going to do it for this video. That is me done with complaining about this weapon, at least for now. If you enjoyed the video, if you could scroll down and leave it a like, and also subscribe to the channel if you're new and you haven't done that already, it would really mean a lot. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.